bit of an old one I wanted to revisit here. It is Thou Shalt Not Kill Except. This is from Synapse, and you can tell from the punched hole. This was a review copy I got years ago. Did a written review, but it seems like these days most people want the more audio ones or video ones rather than the written ones. I don't blame them. I'm about too lazy to read myself these days. But this was one of the very first movies I got from them to review, along with like Intruder and Frankenhooker and all that. The cool thing about it is you get, of course, you get Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, which is a remake or I guess the full version of a short film called Stryker's War, which stars Bruce Campbell. And oddly enough, it's only probably about 10-15 minutes shorter of what people actually pass as full-length movies these days. So it's almost like a two-in-one. So it's very much worth seeing. But basically, this movie's about a guy named Stryker. He goes to the war, he gets hurt, he comes back. He's got a guy that's delivered him groceries, and well, let's talk about this. The full version one is he's got an ex-girlfriend, and he left her to go to the war, and he comes back, and she lives with, I believe, her grandpa, and there's this satanic cult in town that's kind of like killing people. You hear about it in the background and whatnot, and they go and they kidnap her and they kill her grandpa, which is not spoilers. It's just what moves the plot along. So Stryker and his war buddies who are coming to visit him, who haven't seen him since he got out of the war, decide that they're going to go and basically take care of this gang to basically get the girl back, plus save the area. So yeah, it's got Sam Raimi as Sam Raimi. I get Sam and Ted mixed up. Sam Raimi's one who made Evil Dead, right? he's the leader of the cult in both versions, the short version and the long version. Of course, Ted Raimi's there, and it's just it's a fun little grindhousey little movie. It's got some violence in it. There's some good kills that are better than others. There's some weaker, but the performances are great because you can tell it's just a bunch of people out having a good time with the camera. Although there is more of a budget definitely for the longer version, which does differ a little bit from the short version. We'll talk about that in a second. But the main version, the main event version on this disc of Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, I gave it a 3.5. I do wish Bruce Campbell was there because I like Bruce Campbell more than the guy we got. Not that the guy we got anything wrong with him. But, there's some stuff that you got to look past. There's some things kind of like, oh, that never would have happened in real life, or there's no way that would happen. It gets a little slapsticky, or I don't even want to say slapstick. He gets a little schlocky at times because there's things like somebody shoots somebody or shoots at somebody with something, but what they're holding like blocks it in kind of a funnish, cartoonish way. So there's definitely some funny moments in here. It's kind of a dark comedy at heart, but it is fun. Which, by the way, I didn't even mention the director of this movie. It's Josh Becker. It does have Scott Spiegel producing it. It does have the guy who made Intruder as an actor in the movie, and of course, like we said, it does have Sam Raimi in it. So yeah, it's got all that. And if you want to then move on down to the short version, the Stryker's War version, starring Bruce Campbell, it is shorter. It's this one's 83 minutes. I believe it's like, I want to say it's almost like 50 minutes. I could be wrong. I feel like it's 50 minutes. And it's a slightly different version, a lower budget version. It's shot on it's shot on lower quality than what the main feature is shot on. But it's basically the same story, although he gets hurt in a different way, and then he's back, and this old man's delivering him groceries, and his granddaughter is who he wants to meet, wants Bruce Campbell's character to meet. And then basically from that point on, it's the same thing that what happened prior. And, it's a retelling, or it's the original telling of the story. And it's more saying maybe, the gore and stuff is up in the bigger version, but it's got enough there to keep you interested. I think maybe back in the day it was even released by itself as a VHS or something way back in the day. But this is from Synapse. I don't know if it's out of print or anything. I don't think it is. It's very much worth seeing. I give the short version a 3 because it is a short version. The full Dead, I was reading Evil Dead there. The full version, give it a 3.5. There's what you get. 2K digital, and that when this came out, 2K digital was top of the line. This one's probably due for a good 4K or something. Synapse, if you're listening. Original Super 8mm short film of Stryker's War, so it's Super 8. Made in Michigan, the making of Shall Not Kill Except, which is very entertaining, by the way. 2 audio commentaries featuring Josh Becker, Bruce Campbell, and Brian Schulz. All new video interview with Bruce Campbell, deleted scenes with optical director's commentary, alternate title sequences, original theatrical, reversible cover art. So yeah, the There's the disc. There's good old Sam Raimi as the cult leader. This is the Blu-ray version. There is the DVD version. And when you pop that out, I'm not going to take it out because this video is running longer than most. There is your newly Photoshopped version of the cover that is cool, but when displaying it, even though it's got a hole in it from where they punched the UPC code, I was more inclined to side with this one. So yeah, it may still be available. Synapse, if you're watching, how about a 4K? Good stuff.